Hey everyone, in this video we're going to cover the forearm extensors, which means we're going to be covering the muscles that are on the posterior side of the antebrachium or your forearm. If you have the book, first thing you're going to want to do is draw in this line right here. This is going to be your brachioradialis muscle that we're going to have to just put in ourselves. This muscle, like I said earlier, this muscle is key to being able to distinguish if you're looking at a forearm flexor or an extensor. So let's go ahead and get started with the numbers. Since we are looking at the extensors, a lot of the muscles do not come from this medial epicondyle like the flexor side. So it's like the flexors have claimed the medial side, the extensors have claimed the lateral side. So medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle. The reason we even know that we're looking at the posterior side is being able to see this, which is your olecranon or your elbow, right? Number 4, just like you have a common flexor tendon, you have a common extensor tendon. So that's number 4 right there. Number 5, that's going to be your ulna. Number 6 is going to be your extensor digitorum, and it comes all the way down into the fingers. Number 7, that one is going to be your extensor digiti minimi. So, this is colored wrong. I apologize for that. This purple comes down, and then it does the split, and that one is coming right there. So, sorry about that. That's number 7. Number 8 is going to be your extensor indicis. It's right here, this one in yellow. Comes down and then comes down into the finger. To be able to see these on a cadaver, when they pulled back the tissue and you're just looking at the tendons in the hand, um, just think to look from medial to lateral. So, because you're going to be able to see, you're going to see this tendon coming on this side of the finger right here. That's going to be your extensor digiti minimi, the minimi standing for your pinky. It's going to be that first one as you're looking at it, right? And then you're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then coming into this index finger or indices, the one that's more medial is going to be that extensor indices. So think from medial to lateral, and you'll find them. So it's the medial tendons on both of those fingers where you'll find the outliers and not the extensor digitorum. Number 9, that's going to be your abductor, abductor pollicis longus. This is going to be your extensor pollicis brevis, number 10. And then number 11, that is going to be your extensor pollicis longus. 12 is up here. That's going to be your extensor carpi radialis longus, just because it's so long. And then you connect into the common extensor tendon. This is going to be extensor carpi radialis brevis. So how I kind of remember it is if you're looking at a cadaver or just thinking about it, if we start from the lateral side going in, we're going to hit brachioradialis first, and you're going to be able to tell because it comes clear up here into this humerus. And then you're going to think, all right, extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi radialis brevis, extensor digitorum, extensor digiti minimi, and we haven't covered 14 yet, but that's your extensor carpi ulnaris. And the reason it says carpi is because it's only connecting into the carpals down here. So brachioradialis, and then you're going to think longus. That's why I have the L right here. Brevis, longus, brevis, longus. So LB, LBL, LB, LBL. Okay. Extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi radialis brevis, adductor pollicis longus, extensor pollicis brevis, and then extensor pollicis longus. If you remember the LBL, BL, that can help you as well. Between your extensor pollicis brevis and your extensor pollicis longus, so you hold your hands, thumb up, and then you just bring your thumb back as far as you can, and then tilt your hand forward. You're going to get this divot looking thing in your where your thumb is, on the posterior side of your thenar eminence. And that's going to be your anatomical snuff box. So again, that's created between muscles 10 and 11, labeled here. I was just going to say, when it comes to these muscles coming into the thumb, number 9, it's going to connect into the metacarpal. Number 10, that's going to connect into the distal end of your metacarpal. And then number 11, that's going to connect into your the proximal end of the phalange right there. And you can see it right there, metacarpal on the proximal end, metacarpal, distal end, phalange. Some information you might want to know right here is there's one metacarpal bone that we're not going to cover that. All right, so that's it for this video. Hopefully it's helpful to just go back through it again. Please go look at the complete anatomy one where we can actually rotate it and look at stuff. But until then, we'll see you next time.
All right, I just want to give credit where credit is due. These are the books and the resources I used for the videos. So first we have Essentials of Human Anatomy by Dr. Kurt Walker. We then have Essential Clinical Anatomy by Keith L. Moore and M.R. Auger and Arthur F. Daly. I also used Structure and Function of the Human Body by Mark Nilsson and Jamie Garbett. The last book I have is The Concise Book of Trigger Points by Simon Neil Asher. And then I used the app called Complete Anatomy. As you've seen from the videos, it's amazing. If you can afford it, I suggest it. It's such a useful tool when learning this stuff. So that's it. Have a good day.